for you to enter billions from broke. Number 6, you need to submit to a teacher. Submit to a teacher. In other words, you need to go and get something. Submit to a teacher. Somebody say submit to a teacher. Please say it louder, submit to a teacher. What does submitting to a teacher mean? It means borrowing ideas. Getting something from somewhere that changes the way you think, the way you talk, the way you imagine, the way you see. Borrow commercial money. Submit to a teacher. Submit. The man of God told the woman, go and borrow ideas. Go and borrow commercial money. Amen? Oh, please say better amen. Say another amen. I am one Nigerian Bible teacher who will tell you the church was wrong to tell you that all borrowing is a sin. If you are borrowing to waste, it is wrong. But there are contracts you cannot do in Nigeria if you don't know how to take commercial borrowing. That's why we're broke. Because preachers tell us not to borrow. The road construction, if you don't borrow, you can't carry it out. In fact, in borrowing, it's called dilution. You need to dilute your money with other people's money. You want to know the chief borrower in Nigeria? Dangote. Every morning when the banks wake up, then they pray for him, make him no die. Because if that man die, trouble go day. He don't borrow. You know they're using own money. Now your money they use. All of them we put on our money for shavings account. And they shave you every day. You put your Christians don't like risk. 90% of all of us who are here today, our money is in shavings account. And they only put 1%, or how many percent are they giving you? Huh? 4.5. Fantastic. But do you know how much they're borrowing it out? 27. So they give you 5, and they borrow it out 27. Nigeria is even good. They are giving you 4.5%. In England, they give you 0.5% when you leave your money in savings account. So Christians do not realize that you may need to go and borrow to amplify what is in your hand. So the man of God told her, the miracle coming, what you have in your house cannot handle it. Oh, I believe that person is here. The breakthrough coming, what you have in your house cannot handle it. There's a miracle coming. There's a favor coming. So if they give you contract to build a road, if they give you contract to be the one to do the 4th mainland bridge, what would you do? Put your hand in your pocket and be looking for the money. Or say, if I no advance, I no go build, they will give someone else. There is a miracle in your house. But you got to learn to submit to the teacher, to know the power of borrowing for multiplication. Don't borrow to buy property, to buy furniture. Don't borrow to make your house look good. Don't borrow to wear clothes. You borrow to buy property that will increase in value. When you hear people have houses in Europe, in America, it's because they took a mortgage. So as they took the mortgage, the equity in the house begins to increase. If they sold the house today and returned the money of the person who loaned them, they have a profit they have made. I pray for you today, not only money, ideas you borrow will work for you. Wisdom you borrow will work for you. You need to borrow idea. If you're a pastor, you came into this hall, you need to borrow vessels. You need to borrow the way everywhere was set up. Some people, they have an attitude. They don't borrow. They don't look at places, write it down, and say, okay, now I see how they set their speakers, how they set their microphone, the kind of microphone they are using. You go and buy a microphone that they are selling by the roadside for 50 naira. And the thing is dying and waking up. And you are slapping the mic and rebuking the devil. Satan no know you. He has never been to your church. You are not his level. It's small demons that are worrying you. And one of the demons worrying you is the demons of carelessness. Borrow vessels and you come out of poverty. I hope somebody's hearing me. When I say submit to a teacher, I'm saying if you have to change the way you think, if daddy teaches on finance, buy all the tapes. Remove all the music in your car. That's all you should be playing. I know we Christians, we love to listen to all the gospel music. Fantastic. Create seasons for music. Create season for word. I was in New Jersey airport about 15 years ago. And they were selling the audio tape of a woman who teaches on finance, Susie Orman. At that time, the tape was $10 each. That's too expensive. At that time, tape, not be CDO, not be MP3 or MP4. Tape used to be $3. Her own was $10. But the content is invaluable. The whole 10 tapes they were selling that day was $90. 15 years ago, I quickly bought it. One time, before he became my friend, Dr. Mike Murdoch came to London to speak somewhere. First time I'll see him, I had bought his first book when I went to Dallas. And I had not invited him. We have not become friends. When I heard he was coming to some place in London, those ones did not publicize it. Only about 50 people or 40 people came. When I got there, all the books he came. I bought everything he has because I needed to submit to somebody who has been where I have not yet been. Somebody's story is changing. One of the reasons you find that people who come from the East prosper in business is because the guy who goes to study his master, he didn't waste time in some theory of economics. So until you submit to a teacher who teaches your mindset to change, you remain on the same spot. I came from a family of poverty. They thought the only way to prosper is hard work. They didn't know it's smart work. Today, may the spirit of grace and smartness rest on your life. Change your level. Shout amen with power. I hope you are getting something from this.